Have you ever wondered if the price that you have an item selling at is the correct price on Amazon? Well, in today's video, I did a study, a month-long study with a $1 difference on one of my wine glasses to see what would be the difference it would make on sales, conversion, clicks, you name it. And I'll reveal the results in today's video. My name is Stephen Pope. I'm the founder of My Amazon Guy, and it's my pleasure to help you grow your Amazon sales. So this is the series of items. So it's a well-producing listing, parentage with multiple different kinds of glasses for baby shark, brother shark, mama shark, grandma shark, and you get the idea. And there's over 600 reviews, so it's a very mature listing. It does quite well. So my question, and I've had this at $14.99 for some time. My question was, is that the correct price? And in the month of July and August, those are two of the weakest months in the year. I was feeling like, I wonder if I'm overpriced. Maybe they're buying my competitors' products. This is a very common question. Anybody could have this question about their own items because on Amazon, there's always the possibility somebody else is selling something very similar to you. Although my items are very gifty, so I'm not just competing against the concept of grandma shark, I'm also competing against any wine glass gift. But in any case, this is a brand that I personally own. I use it as a side hustle as I run the agency, My Amazon Guy. And the reason why I'm very public with what I do is because I'm not really making money in the game of making money on Momstir. I'm in it for My Amazon Guy, so I pretty much reveal all my public data on what I do with it. But with that said, if you're trying to replicate me, good luck. Selling glasses and shipping them is not easy, so I don't have a lot of fear there. So hopefully you're watching this as basically a guide on a test case for what it would take to raise or audit your prices. So with that in mind, here's the actual data. So on 7/24 to 8/20, we had the price at $14.99. Between 8/21 and 9/15, we lowered the price $1. And part of this analysis comes from Amy on my team. She's got an MBA and is just excellent at doing business analysis. And so this is some of her personal take. She writes, frankly, I don't see it helping much. There's a 1% net increase in unit sales, but a 4% net decrease in revenue. A few SKUs do show a sharp increase in unit sales, such as baby, auntie, and granny. However, many actually are showing a decline in sales. So perhaps we need more time to see if the price change is making a difference. But you've already taken a hit of, get this, $458 in revenue. I would recommend raising the price back to $14.99 and let me know if you want to make the change. So I agree with Amy's analysis here. And so we look at the SKU data here, and you can see this is the actual revenue of each of these items. So before and after, and you can see the net loss of about $450. So clearly, lowering the price did not increase our opportunity. So it would make a lot more sense to go ahead and just raise that price and reap the reward of a higher margin. And you can see the loss of 4% revenue, which was that $450 mark right there. The units before and after, which was pretty much identical. Not a lot of difference there between that 649 and 657 numbers. And you can see it's about a 1% change. So if you're in the same situation and you're trying to figure out what to do with your pricing, my recommendation is run somewhere between a 2 and a 6 week test where you make a change and compare it to the previous period, just like we did here, to figure out whether having it at a higher price or a lower price makes the most sense. I think your ultimate decision should be on revenue, but you should definitely take into account the number of units being sold, because if you did sell less units at a higher price, but your overall revenue was the same, that might actually be the beneficial call. However, if you want to just increase your rankings on Amazon, that BSR, if you will, it does make a lot of sense to have higher velocities, because as you get higher velocities, that in turn leads to better keyword rankings, which increases your sales on Amazon. And so it's interesting to see kind of what that change did. There are other ways you could test increasing your sales. The fastest way to grow sales on Amazon is to just simply run more advertising. Other things you can do: launch more products, load your products to more marketplaces like eBay, Etsy, etc. I also own my EtsyGuy.com, my WalmartGuy.com, my eBayGuy.com. Check those out if you're interested in launching on those marketplaces. You could also launch in Canada. Launching in Canada is a very good opportunity. We're about to see NARF, the North American Remote Fulfillment Program, go out of beta. Right now, it's pretty bugged. Only about 10% of accounts have access to it. NARF as a program is also a very good way to generate some additional income. Basically, it will allow you to increase your sales about 3% in Canada and Mexico without shipping anything to Canada and Mexico. So that's why it's an opportunity. But if you aren't in NARF and you don't know what that is, shipping your product FBA into Canada could be an opportunity for about a 7% growth versus that 3% NARF offers. That's the difference between the fulfillment program in NARF or FBA in Canada. But that 7% in Canada will require customs, VAT, and duties, etc., and some logistics efforts. So that's why I like NARF personally. So those are the fastest ways to grow sales. Other things you could consider doing is A/B testing your titles. That's a very brand new concept as well. So maybe changing 2 or 3 words in your title could lead to a 10% lift on conversion or sales. Something to consider there. You can also A/B test your A+ content. So A+ content down here, we offer A+ content for $500. Just go to myamazonguy.com. You can purchase that. My favorite module in A+ content is the product grid, where you can compare and contrast. So I was really trying to push social distancing, sharks, best and wife and husband ever in quarantine. That's why they're inside of my product grid. Great opportunity to increase your average order value and get some crossover sales. Highly recommend it. You could A/B test moving your grid around, like move the product grid low, move it high. You could change the image. You could change the text. You could do image, lots of images versus lots of text. See what works best for your products. In general, the design that you see on screen here is our typical average best practice and whatnot. So definitely would do that. Other things you can do to increase your sales is to launch different advertising types. There's sponsored products, sponsored brands, sponsored display, custom audience targeting methodologies that you may or may not know about. If you don't have a sophisticated ad setup today, you should get one, because it's getting harder and harder. That is a core service at My Amazon Guy, if I can plug that as well. And there are many new advertising techniques that just came out. Like you can now load your brand logo as well as a headline ad to display advertising. That's the first time that's ever happened. That just happened this month. You can do custom brand headline ads. Just so many different things you can do for advertising. So those are things you could do to increase your revenue. If you're at a low review count, if you're not at that 4.5, 5-star count, that is something to focus on. All of these reviews you see here are completely organic. I actually do not spend money generating reviews. It's really difficult to generate reviews, and that's because Amazon has taken away all of the tools available to do that. Incentivized reviews are completely prohibited. Do not put incentivized reviews in digital or in product inserts. I do recommend the early reviewer program as well as Vine. Those are solid programs, but that's not going to get you very many reviews, unfortunately, and it does take some time. Your main image needs to be at least 2,000 pixels. If you don't have that done, make sure you get that done as well. Having secondary images with like an infographic like you see here, another great way to increase your sales. Although I don't have it present here, having somebody holding the glass would also be very beneficial. Having a banana for scale type idea. So we saw like one of them right there. Having those kinds of images can be very beneficial. So those are just kind of some hodgepodge all over the place ideas to give you some leverage to go increase your sales. I do have dedicated videos to pretty much every one of those subjects. Just go to the My Amazon Guy YouTube channel and just search for whatever you're interested in, whatever floated your boat, so to speak. And if you need any Amazon consulting, go over to myamazonguy.com. Contact us for all the services I just mentioned. Feel free to leave a comment with your observation on price changes that you've made. Hopefully this video was helpful to give you some ideas, and we'd love to hear your feedback. My name is Stephen Pope, and I'm the founder of My Amazon Guy.